guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all things Lights All Night with tips, how to prepare. Lights All Night is the longest running music festival in Texas, and it's going to be celebrating its 10th anniversary, and I'm so excited to be going for the first time. Alright, I already got halfway through filming this video and realized it's way too long, so I am splitting this video up into two videos. So this is part one, which is going to be my tips on Lights All Night and everything like that, and then I'm going to have a part two, which is going to be my set time recommendations. So I will put the part two up here and we'll keep this thing going. I've been going to Decadence, Arizona for the past 4 years. I've gone since 2015, so I'm really excited to kind of switch it up, do something different, do something new. I posted a where I'll be at New Year's Eve video, as well as like comparing the different New Year's Eve lineups if you want to check that video out. But this one is specifically going to be all about Lights All Night. If you've stumbled upon this video, welcome to my channel. My name is Ade. I'm a music festival content creator, and I have a blog and YouTube channel all about going to music festivals. I'd love it if you subscribe. I do a lot of tips, reviews, fashion tips, things like that, hauls. So hit that subscribe button to join the Vibe Tribe. Lights All Night is a 2-day festival, the 27th and the 28th at the Dallas Market Hall, which is about North Dallas. It's close to Uptown, and it looks like a pretty spacious indoor and outdoor venue filled with 5 stages, art, music, installations, a lot of cool things happening for sure. So I have gotten questions about a meetup, so here's the thing. If I do have a meetup, it will be on day 2. I believe day 1 is just a little bit chaotic in my festival history past. So I really would like to take this festival in as is on the first day and not really have a meetup. You guys know I do have a totem. I'll put a picture or video up so you guys can see what it looks like. So I will plan to have that totem on day 2 and be potentially doing a meetup. If there is enough interest, I would love to have a meetup just to meet with you guys. So comment down below if you would like for me to have a meetup, just so I know that there will be people there, because that's one of the big fears that I have, is that no one's gonna show up. So just let me know if you guys would want me to have one. If I were to have one, it'd be probably around 7:30 on day 2. I feel like that's late enough to give everyone some time to get in, but it's like right before any big names. I did it kind of during Gigi McGree's set, but I know Said the Sky is right after her, and I know a lot of people are probably gonna wanna see Said the Sky. So I tried to do it at 7:30. The map isn't out yet, so that is one thing I'm waiting on before I confirm a meetup. So just be sure to check my YouTube community tab on my channel, or find me on Twitter or Instagram, and I will have the meetup details posted once it gets closer. I just wanted to get this video up as soon as possible, but the map is still not out. I could reference last year's map, but I've never been, so I just don't know the best meeting spot. So once the map comes out, I will have a set time and place for you guys. But yeah, so just let me know if you guys want me to have a meetup. Comment them down below. Now that's got all kind of out of the way, let's actually get into this video. First off, I will say that tickets are almost sold out. Everything is kind of at 90% sold out. I know the express entry tickets and the payment plan options are sold out. So if you have been waiting on getting tickets, I would just get them as soon as possible and get them squared away. I do have a code, it's Vibe with Ade, and that does get you $5 off your tickets. It just helps you out get a little bit off to cover maybe those fees and everything, and it helps me out as an ambassador, so I would really appreciate it if you did use my code. I also may be giving away some Lights All Night tickets on my Instagram, so you might want to go give that a follow in case you can't afford tickets or anything. That might be a way to get some tickets. I'm hoping I'll be able to give some away, so stay tuned for that. So like I said, I've never been to Lights All Night, so when I was first looking at going, and I also wrote a blog post on my website, vibewithade.com, a how to prepare post, I will link that down below, will kind of cover some of the tips I got. I asked my Instagram followers what were like some good tips. My boyfriend has also gone before, so he was also able to help me out kind of with just some general tips in case this is your first time too. Hopefully this can help you out. I'm gonna go over some general like Lights All Night specific tips, and then if this is like your first music festival ever, and you came upon this video, I do have a lot of first timer videos and like a lot of other videos that are really good for festival going, but I'll cover like my general top 10 first timer tips after we go through the general tips. So the first thing that I heard about Lights All Night is that it is cold inside the venue. I remember Ryan telling me like yeah, whatever you normally wear to a festival, like you better bring a jacket, you better bring like some leggings just in case. He said especially at the start of the day it gets pretty cold, and then of course as like more bodies get in it gets pretty warm, but relatively the venue does stay cold, so that might be something to think about when you're planning outfits. I do have a what to wear on New Year's Eve video coming out later this week that I'm really excited to put together. However, just some general things maybe to think about is whatever outfit you're thinking of wearing. If it's like a normal two-piece rave set, you might want to bring a jacket, you might want to bring like some leggings or something, especially like it might get warm in the venue, but you have to think about when you're going to the venue and when you're leaving from the venue. It's probably going to be really cold. Just thinking about it, if you're going to have to wait for a ride share, a taxi cab, whatever it may be, you might want to bring something just so that you stay warm and don't freeze once the festival's over and everything. So that might be something to think about. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what I'm wearing. So I am going to be wearing one of the days this two-piece set that I got from Rave After Rave. She's one of my favorite brands. I love her. I love working with her. So I got this two-piece set and this has a little ruffle. So you're probably wondering, Aid, how are you bundling up after giving that tip? So here is what I'm going to do. Earlier this year, I got this like shrug sleeve from Freedom Ravewear. So I really like shrugs and like crop tops, cropped hoodies like this because it doesn't take away from the outfit, if you get what I'm saying. So how this would work is like if I loop this through here, then I have sleeves and you can still see the top. It still will have its moment. It's not gonna cover the top. So that is one thing I'm gonna do. I did get a custom order opened up with Crazed Wear. They are a super awesome brand, small shop and everything. I've never ordered anything from them, but I've just heard really good things about them. So I opened up a custom order to get some chaps. I've never had chaps before. They were a big trend this year. And so I decided to get some chaps ordered, and they're gonna be chap bell bottoms, like a white mesh chap bell bottoms that are gonna go, it's gonna start under the ruffle. So it's basically gonna look like it's kind of connected to these bottoms in a way, but it's not. So that's an item I'm really excited to get. And then on top of that, I might just bring a pashmina or a small jacket of some sort in case I'm still cold after all that. And like I said, in case I'm cold going to or coming from the festival and something, just to make sure I'm gonna be warm and everything like that. And then my day 2 outfit, I'm not gonna take it out, but if you have seen this set from Tasteful Girls, it is the butterfly bell sleeve bell bottoms set. And so it has these feathers at the end, it has this glitter, and it's all mesh. I was gonna wear this to Dirty Bird Campout. However, I posted my outfits to like the Dirty Bird Campout Facebook group, and a lot of people were like, oh, be careful with the feathers. A lot of burners were saying, oh, don't moop or whatever, which means like don't leave any of the, like if you drop a feather, like you better be picking up your feathers basically, just to like preserve the environment and everything like that, which I understand, I get. So then I just didn't wear this because I felt very self-conscious to wear this, and that a lot of people would just be like, oh, she's wearing feathers, like she better pick those up. I'm gonna wear this outfit finally to Lights All Night. I think I have a video somewhere that I'll put up now of how you guys can see what I'm wearing with it. I don't know if I'll wear the disco ball headband with it just yet. I have a couple other accessories in mind that I might do. But yeah, that's the basis of my outfits. I'll probably have some accessories to go on top of both of those outfits. The next thing, so the map isn't out yet, but if you look at last year's map, I imagine it won't change too much because, you know, if something works really well, there might not be too many different variations between the maps. So once the map comes out, I would always recommend just getting a lay of the land, getting an idea of where the bathrooms are, where the water is, where food is, stuff like that, as well as where all the stages are, especially the ones that you're gonna be at more frequently. One thing I did remember one of my followers telling me was that the bathrooms for general admission are outside, so that is probably another reason why you should bring something just to bundle up with in case you are waiting outside for a while to go to the porta potties, and then the VIP bathrooms are inside. There are 5 stages, and it looks like a majority of the lineup, like the headliner top people on the lineup, are gonna be spread through 3 stages, which is Supernova, Intergalactic, and Planet Prime. And then it looks like there is Galaxy Disco and Space Station, which I think are kind of the local, more up-and-coming talent to definitely check out. When the map comes out, just give it a look, make sure you know where all the important things are, like water, food, medic, things like that, just so you're aware and kind of have a game plan. When you get to the festival, you kind of already know where everything is. Getting to and from the venue. So this is something I'm not too familiar with, so if anyone has been to Lights All Night before, feel free to comment them down below. I know my boyfriend said when he went, there was a lot of issues with ride shares and whatnot, especially after the festival ends, just like with any festival really. Especially in Texas, I feel like we have a lot of issues when it comes to ride shares after the festival happens. One of my followers had said that you can park on site and it's $20 cash. So if you have someone that is willing to drive, that is going to be sober and everything, that is a good way, and you don't have to worry about surge pricing when you come out of the festival. You kind of just have to pay that one-time $20, and then you would have to do it both days. If you have a big group, then you guys can split the cost, which definitely helps out and works out pretty well that way. I also couldn't find the official parking amount on the website. The website is not that detailed compared to a lot of other festivals, which I was really surprised by, but someone did say that parking is typically $20 and it is cash, so just plan to have some cash on hand for that. If you are sticking with ride shares, going there might not be a problem, but then coming back, if you are leaving at the same time as everyone else, you are going to experience surge pricing. You are going to experience long wait times. I'm just telling you that now because that is how it is across the board for every single festival. Another tip that I got from a follower was that there are actually a lot of cabs and taxis waiting outside of the venue typically for Lights All Night, and so that might be a good way to get a ride home right away. I know it's not conventional to take cabs or taxis anymore, but it's probably better than doing surge pricing or waiting a long time when it's really cold out. Another thing that a lot of people said is that if you have some friends staying in hotels nearby, just be aware that if you try to go to the hotel that your friends are at and the hotel people might ask to see a key card or something, I know it's really easy to just think like, oh, we could just go wait it out in our friend's hotel, but I think a lot of hotels have probably picked up on that, and so a lot of people will probably be asking to see a key card and make sure that you actually are staying at that hotel. That is why you should probably have a plan. Even if you just leave 20 to 30 minutes earlier, I know it sucks. You probably want to see the full headliners to the fullest, but it's kind of like, do you see the full headliner to the fullest, or do you wait 30 minutes to an hour, if not more, 2 hours, 3 hours just to get home? So that is something else to think about. There are also, I don't know if there's any after parties. They haven't been announced yet, but that could also be an option. Whether they have after parties at the venue or somewhere nearby, that could be something else to look into, just so you can kind of wait out the big crowd. I know a lot of people did that for Freaky Deaky, where they did the after party that was on site, and then they didn't have to wait out in the cold to wait for an Uber or anything like that. This is why it will be super important to have something warm, just so that you can stay warm while you're waiting for an Uber or anything like that. I think Ryan and I were looking at where our Airbnb is at. We are like a 15-minute walk to the venue. So what we're gonna do is probably scope out the walk when we get to the Airbnb, just to see like if it's a safe walk, if it's like gonna be okay for us to walk late at night, stuff like that. That also means that we're super close too, so we could just park, and we have a group of 4. We can split the parking 4 ways, and that's not bad at all. So that is something else we're kind of considering, because we are super close. Thankfully, we'll either be walking or driving, either way. Another thing, I might get asked this, but I heard cell service was pretty good. I asked my friend Lena, stay in your Lena. That's just something in case you need to get in contact with anyone or anything like that. So the tea on the crowd, someone else can speak to this. I don't know too much about Lights All Night or the crowd that it draws, since it is up in Dallas, but I have been to Ubby Dubby one time. I've been to Freaky Deaky twice, and I've been to Seismic Dance Event twice. And like, I love the Texas crowd wholeheartedly. So I'm hoping Lights All Night doesn't bring me down. I've heard good and I've heard bad, but you know, with every crowd, it's gonna have its good and its bad. It's all really about your mindset and the people you have around you. If someone's bugging you or anything like that, just move to another part of the crowd. Just like shake it off, let it go, enjoy the people that you're surrounded with, things like that. So I'm hoping I'll see the same for Lights All Night, because I do love my Texas fam. I love my Texas crowd. It's one of the best crowds I've ever been in, honestly, compared to a lot of the other crowds I've been in around the country. So I'm hoping that'll stay the same for Lights All Night, but if not, like, I'll be with my boyfriend, I'll be with his friends. I have a lot of friends in Texas going, so we'll be surrounded no matter what with some good vibes for sure. As for first timer tips, because maybe this is your first music festival, I think Lights All Night is probably a really good first music festival to attend, because I went to Decadence, Arizona. Kind of count that as my first festival, because the first festival I ever went to was Mad Decent Block Party. It was just this one-day event. It was a shit show. If you guys ever want a story time on that one, and trust me, you do want a story time on this one, just let me know. I know I need to do it. I just haven't gotten around to it. I count Decadence 2015 as my first rave festival, whatever you want to call it. It was my first 2-day event as well. And that was the night I really fell in love with it. And I think New Year's Eve festivals was like so fun because it's just like you are surrounded by so much love and people and like the promise of a new year. Ugh, I can go on and on. Anyway, that was my first festival, I think. And so I think for some first timers, if you are going to Lights All Night, I think that is super awesome and super excited to welcome you to the fam and whatnot. So here are some first timer tips. I do have a couple videos on how to go to your first music festival and how to go to a music festival alone. So if you are thinking about going to Lights All Night by yourself, some tips I have in those 2 videos that I will put like up here, I believe it is, and I will link it down below too as well, so you guys can check that out. These are like my top 10 whenever someone asks me kind of like what are some first timer tips. This is kind of what I go through. Number 1, stay hydrated. Y'all know I love staying hydrated on this channel. I recommend either having a hydration pack, whether it's a Vibedration, lunchbox, stand pack, whatever it may be, a Camelback. Just have something to stay hydrated. Even if you put like a smaller hydro flask in a backpack or something, just have something to stay hydrated. They do have free water on site, or you could purchase, say, a water bottle and then just keep on refilling that one up. Do whatever you can to stay hydrated and keep your body hydrated, keep your body happy and whatnot, because it is not fun the next day when your head is pounding and you realize you didn't drink any water. So stay hydrated. Number 2, a lot of people ask some items to bring, like what do you bring to a music festival? And like my main go-tos is obviously the hydration pack of some sort. I'll bring a wallet with my ID, card, cash. Make sure you have your tickets. I don't think they have wristbands. I think they're just scanning tickets. So make sure you have your tickets either screenshot on your phone or printed out or something along those lines. I'll bring gum, chapstick. Earplugs is a huge thing to bring, you guys. I wish when I first started going to festivals that I had earplugs because man, I am feeling it, you know? I stay towards the back now because I just don't want to ruin my hearing and I wear earplugs. So my recommendation is Sound Earplugs. They are a great brand. I do have a code VIBE that you can use on your purchase. You can also look on Amazon for some of those earplugs. I really like Sound Earplugs just because they fit really well, and they also now just came out with like earplug holder kind of thing, which is just this super thin string that like connects the 2 earplugs together, kind of like a necklace but around the back, and it keeps your earplugs in place and so you don't lose your earplugs, because I'm notorious for losing mine. So I really like Sound Earplugs. I highly recommend them. Any pair of earplugs will suffice as long as you are protecting your ears. I'll also bring like wet wipes or hand sanitizer or something for the bathroom, because a lot of the times the toilet paper runs out, the soap runs out, things like that. So just having that for the porta potties is huge. Those are like some must-have items. If you are looking at any nice-to-have items, that would be stuff like a phone charger so you can charge your phone. If you have any flow toys, hula hoops, candy, all that stuff is kind of like nice-to-have items to bring. Don't stress too much about what to bring. As long as you kind of have those must-have items, you'll be good to go. Number 3, festivals are a judgment-free zone, so be respectful of one another, say excuse me, all that good stuff. Number 4, don't be afraid to ask for help, especially if you are feeling overwhelmed. You don't need to be any type of hero. You don't need to be the strong macho person. If you are feeling overwhelmed at any point, just turn to a friend, reach out to someone, say, hey, can we just go sit in the back for a couple seconds, like chill out a little bit? That is something that is totally okay. And you can totally do that. If you feel that you or a friend needs help, feel free to reach out to any event staff, security, medics, things like that. It's better safe than sorry. And I wouldn't want anything to happen to you guys, so be sure to stay safe and all that stuff. Number 5, go with the flow. I know with the set times, it can be very like overwhelming and like, I need to go see this person and that person, but just go with the flow, enjoy your time. You can make a schedule and everything, but don't get upset if it doesn't go all to plan. Things happen. Just enjoy the ride. Number 6, wear something you're comfortable in, as well as wear comfortable shoes. It is a lot of dancing and walking and all that stuff, so make sure you put in some like Dr. Scholl's gel insoles into your shoes. Be good to go, and make sure your shoes are broken in as well. Breaking in shoes at a festival for the first time is not fun. I do not recommend it. So wear some shoes that you have worn before. Number 7, set a meeting spot for your group in case you guys all get separated, especially by the end of the night. If you guys are separated, set a meeting spot. That way you guys can coordinate on getting home and everything, and make sure you don't leave any of your friends behind. 8, get as much sleep leading up to the festival, before, during, and after. Make sure you are prioritizing your sleep, because that is how we do not get sick. Take things like Emergency, Echinacea, oregano oil. Those are all really great at boosting your immunity, so I recommend taking those those before, during, and after. I have a couple of videos on how to recover from a music festival that you can also check out as well. A lot of people do like using like Rave supplements. Just be aware utilizing those things and mixing it with other substances such as MDMA and whatnot. So just be sure if you are utilizing any Rave supplements that you are reading the label and you're doing your research. That way you're not causing any harm to your body like serotonin syndrome or anything like that. So be sure to read the labels if you are going to look at any Rave supplements of any type. Number 9, disconnect to connect. I know it can be really fun to just like want to capture the moment on your phone. I'm guilty of it. I have my vlog camera and my phone, so I'm very guilty of filming a lot at a festival. But make sure you take some time to disconnect to connect. So get off your phone, put your phone away, whatever it may be, and just enjoy the people you're surrounded by. Number 10, meet new people, have fun, and enjoy the festival. And I'm gonna put a bonus one because I just realized I didn't say this. How to avoid not getting anything stolen. So if you have a bag or a backpack of some sort, make sure that you put your items like your phone, your wallet in hard to reach places so that people cannot go in and grab your phone super easily. Theft is very real. You'll see a lot of times in the news, a lot of busts happen of people that stole phones while at a music festival. So just be aware of your surroundings, be aware of the people near you and whatnot, and always know where your items are and have them in very hard to reach places, so it makes it hard for someone to say snatch up your phone and everything. So that concludes my tips for lights all night. If you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join the Vibe Tribe. Like I said, I'm breaking up this video into 2 parts, so be sure to watch part 2 for my set time recommendations. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.